Today I'm going to be talking about idioms in this video. Idioms can be used to make your essays sound better. They give it a better feel. Now I'm going to discuss some idioms on anxiety. So what does the word anxiety mean? It means to worry about something. When you are anxious or you have anxiety, you are worried about something, you are nervous, you are not confident, and usually you are at that point of time waiting for something to happen or something that might happen. That is what anxiety is. So let us take a look at some of the idioms here. On pins and needles. Now when you talk about pins and needles, it means that someone is very nervous about something, and the entire idea behind this particular idiom is that someone cannot keep still because they are standing on pointed pins and needles which can prick you, right? So how do you use this particular idiom? You could say that Ravi has been on pins and needles all day waiting for the results of his medical tests, right? You tend to be very anxious when the results are awaited, whether it is the results of your examination or the results of a medical test, because you're worried about what the results might be, right? Now let us look at the next one. On tenterhooks. Please remember that the word here is tenterhooks. It is not tenderhooks. A number of people tend to write tenderhooks. No, it is not tenterhooks. It is tenterhooks. Now, what were tenterhooks? What are tenterhooks? These are hooks which are used to make cloth. Of course, they are no longer used, but earlier they were used to make cloth. And you know what? They were used to keep the lengths of newly woven wet woolen material stretched out like that on large wooden frames. And they used to be stretched out on these wooden frames with the help of these tenterhooks so that they would dry. So that's where the word tenterhooks comes from. Now, here you could imagine what happens when you have your examinations. So you could say that the students were all on tenterhooks waiting for the results of their examination, results of their final examination, half-yearly examination, anything, right? Also, sometimes you're waiting for some information, right? So you could say that Ravi was on tenterhooks waiting for the phone call which would tell him whether he had been selected for the job or not, right? So that is what on tenterhooks means. Now look at the next one. Have butterflies in my stomach. When would you have butterflies in your stomach? When you're really scared about something which is going to happen. That means you're very nervous, right? So here again, you could take the example of an examination result. The examination results are going to be announced and I have butterflies in my stomach. Another one, when you're going on stage, you could say that I had stage fright and was very worried about how I would perform, right? You could also say that every artist has stage fright, but once he is on stage, he forgets everything except his performance. Now, coming back to have butterflies in my stomach, you could say, I had butterflies in my stomach just before I began my speech, for that was the first time I was standing on stage before the entire school. So that is, have butterflies in my stomach. What is get cold feet? Get cold feet means that when you suddenly become nervous, when you're ready to do something, But after that you suddenly become nervous, and what you had decided to do earlier, you decide against it. You give up. You say, no, I can't do this. So here you could say that we had decided to go for a movie from school. We had decided to bunk school and go for a movie, but I got cold feet and refused to make this mistake. Right? Or you could also say that I am getting cold feet about going swimming because I'm scared of water. That means you were ready to start going for swimming or start learning swimming, but because you're so scared, you suddenly felt nervous, and at the last minute you decided against it. So that is what get cold feet means. A bundle of nerves. You know that our nervous system is responsible for the way we think, and that is why you could lose your nerve. That is also another idiom, lose your nerve. But there is another idiom, a bundle of nerves. When you become a bundle of nerves, it is similar to getting cold feet. You could say that when I was ready to dive from the diving board, I got cold feet because I was scared of water. Similarly, I was a bundle of nerves when I was told that I had to increase the height of from where I would jump into the water, or from where I had to dive into the water. So that is what a bundle of nerves means. And what do you think means a nervous wreck? You are a nervous wreck, just like you have a ship getting wrecked. So that means it has got destroyed. It has probably hit a rock and got destroyed, or maybe it has sunk and hit rocks underwater and got destroyed. So similarly, you're a nervous wreck when you do not know what to do, when you cannot understand how to handle a particular situation and you're completely nervous. So you could say that I am going to be a nervous wreck if I have to drive the entire distance to Missouri, because I am not very confident of my driving. Clear? A bag of nerves. Let me also tell you that instead of bundle, you could also have written a bag of nerves. Now, I have already told you about stage fright, right? So all these are similar idioms, and I hope that you're going to use some of them at least in your essays.